What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Ross the Boss coming at you with an all-new Let's Play Europa Universalis 4. We are still on our war with the Ottoman reconquest of Erzincan. And basically, this is a Coptic province, and we want to do everything in our power to spawn a Coptic revolution and change our religion for the rest of the game. I also went ahead and I ensured that we turned on dynamic province names. So now we have Alexandria instead of Iskandiria, and obviously Cairo instead of Kahira. Basically, depending on our culture, a variety of country names can change. And so you can see here that where there was another big issue somewhere. I believe it was Antioch was called Antiocha, and you know, it just gets a little bit confusing from time to time. I was looking for Kaffa, but of course, because it was spelled with a C, I was unaware of, you know, I was trying to find a certain province, but I couldn't figure it out because the C and the K were different. Anyway, let us go ahead and begin our war once again. We are currently still on, obviously, our reconquest of Erzincan. Negative 28% chance for a surrender. I also need to be aware that we have a variety of uprisings that are most likely about to occur very soon. If we plant our infantry on top of these factions, they should dissipate in time. We can convert provinces to our Sunni religion. We definitely don't want to do that. We can invest in new technology, and because we now have the negative 5% bonus, we are going to be improving our pike squares, giving us more military tactics and land morale. You could pause the game here and see what exactly we're upgrading. Okay. We still at war, provincial unrest. Our corruption is growing primarily because we are setting up our new governments, and nothing is perfect. Our truce with Karaman has ended. We are currently setting up our spy network in a variety of provinces. It looks like Georgia is now a vassal of Quaraquanalu. I don't really want that to happen, but it looks like you are going to be a very dangerous nut to crack, if you get my drift. So I guess what we're going to do, I definitely don't like this, you know, vassalization occurring. So we are going to attack them as soon as we can, while also trying to spawn a variety of, you know, Coptic rebels from time to time. Now, it looks like the Timurids have a variety of, you know, revolutions as well. Persian separatists going on. I'm very curious to see how long the Timurids will actually last. I'm expecting them to implode primarily because they are steppe nomads and they aren't actually a real, you know, an effective government, unlike other countries that have feudal monarchies. Yep, like Lithuania. They have an actual structure. Defender of the Faith, we have 676 gold that I'd like to spend. Wave of Obscurantism. As a typical response to different kinds of problems, obscurantism was a frequent behavior in most nations, at least until the Age of Enlightenment arose in the most advanced Western nations of the European continent. Knowledge is power, or ignorance is bliss. I could gain national unrest, or I could lose some prestige. I don't really want to lose any manpower, so I think I'm going to have to take the prestige hit for the time being. If I were to take the unrest, I would probably not be able to effectively manage some of these rebels without actually losing money. I would most likely have to improve autonomy, which would in fact lower my taxation and production, at least for the next 10 years, or until 30 years. Wonder if that changed. But anyway, 30 years is a very long time. So obviously we need to be aware of how often we raise our autonomy in a variety of provinces. We are slowly but surely taking over more land. We are going to begin fabricating our claims as soon as we have adjacent territory, most likely going over Erzurum. And really what we're going to do is wait until Quaraquanalu declares war on someone else, and then we'll rush in and basically defeat them. Castile has announced the Ottomans as a rival. This is very sad news indeed. Have we improved relations with Poland? They do like me very much, but unfortunately, they might want an alliance. We might honor that in time. I'm very curious to see if Poland would assist me with taking Quaraquanalu. I would like to get a relationship bonus with Muscovy, but unfortunately we haven't actually discovered them just yet. But that's fine. We have another free diplomat. Let's send you over to Naples. Improve relations for the time being. Let's see what our next mission is. Conquer Crete. That is obviously something we could go ahead and do. When we go and declare our war against Venice, I'm going to be taking this province, this province, this province, and of course some of their vassals, such as Epirus, or Corfu, and Naxos. Unpausing the game, Austria has declared me a rival as well. That's very nerve-wracking. I might want to do everything in my power to secure a nice alliance with Poland. Let's see. Is there anything else we could really do? We have the ability to set up marketplaces. I believe I will. You can make states. I think I will as well, but we desperately are going to need some administrative power. And it probably would not have been a bad idea to start vassalizing a few of these countries. So just like that, we are all set and ready to go. 99% war score. We have the ability to take all of these provinces. Let's take all of their money. We are going to have some, aggressive expansion in Wallachia and Serbia, which is absolutely fine. I can't take any war reparations because this country will no longer exist. That is fine, and that is okay. If these countries are actually reconquest, let's see here. Diplomatic map mode. Yeah, we don't need cores, so we could just go ahead and declare war. Kandar and the Mamluks. I don't want that to happen. I could declare war on Kandar here, and basically hit two birds with one stone. You're going to go here, you are going to go here. I'm going to take all of these provinces, primarily because we already have a government set up, it's just not being utilized. I also need to be aware of some uprisings here in the next couple months. 55, 30, and we already had a government set up here. What I really would like to do, I get that sending a missionary has a 0% monthly progress, but we might be able to spawn actual Coptic rebels very soon. I don't know for sure. Yep, there it is. Coptic Zealots. This is exactly what we want. And let's declare another war, shall we? We are going to be in a war against Kandar and Dulkadir. I will most likely vassalize both of them, primarily. Well, I don't know. If I do vassalize these countries, they might disrupt my rebels, and I don't know if I want that either. So let's just go ahead and reconquest. And Sinop, 13,000 against 5,000. We don't actually have a general. And I think we are going to spend some military power. Recruit. Oh my goodness. God-awful general, a 005, but he does have some nice maneuver. And then as soon as these units join in the war, let's smash them into a couple hundred pieces. I could also spend my administrative power, stomping them down to the ground. Let's detach siege, move you here. Detach siege, move you here. And let's find all of my boats, set up a blockade. And just like that, we have secured about 65 development in this area. We have secured... Oh no. Hopefully we don't lose these boats. We just might. Looks like we lost a boat. We currently lost 2 caravels. Sad day. All we had to do was merge these units, and that would not have happened. But, you know, it's fine, I guess. That was 40 gold, and we have 814. I don't think I'm going to be wasting any manpower by sending in more units. The Renaissance! We now have the ability, entering a brand new era, looking at our actual technology, and then looking at our institutions. The Renaissance has now spawned, which means that over time, it looks like it's actually spawned here, inside Palermo. Over time, the Renaissance will begin to spread outward, and we will be able to embrace the Renaissance, giving us a variety of different abilities, construction cost, developmental cost, all will go down, as well as paying less for technology if we embrace it. Okay, we have a lot of gold. I would like to definitely create quite a few mosques, but unfortunately, we don't have the administrative power to unlock temples just yet. So I think we're going to sit on this income for the time being while waiting for our manpower to recover. Let us fabricate a few claims on Aquanalu. Let's go after Erzurum. And it doesn't look like we can. I wonder why that is. Are we in the right country? Alright, maybe we already have one. Let's go after Rabba. And we now need 25, and we have 27. Now we want Asalaba. Excuse my pronunciation. Okay, we have 181 administrative power. Might as well just, knock all of these out. And put all of our focus into diplomatic contribution. That will definitely improve the amount of administrative power we gain. And lowering our military gain. But, we definitely are ahead of time in our military technology. 2 years ahead of schedule. And we obviously could unlock standardized pikes if we wanted to, but I don't think that will be a main priority at this time. And just like that, let's see exactly who would hate me. Let us actually do separate pieces. 42 aggressive expansion. Dolkadir doesn't exist, but Karaman does exist. Let's take 160 ducats, end this war with a separate piece. 54 diplomatic power is the cost, but we are going to gain some prestige. Okay, now our actual war will end once we have our diplomat in 2 more days. Looks like we have a naval skirmish going on. Let us take both of these provinces, bring them into the fray. 87 ducats and gaining some nice prestige. Now, my primary goal is damage control. Let's remove this castle because it is not needed. And have all of our units consolidate once again. We have some very, very nice territorial gains. In just a moment, I'll look at exactly what we've conquered. We gain 9 development with a copper province, which is nice to see. 8 development with naval supplies. Some cotton with 10 development. And I believe 10 development with some cloth. Not anything too spectacular. But we now need to send some units over to Moria. And we should have 19 in total. Blocking them down. We need some units up here inside. And unfortunately, I don't think anything is going to happen. We could move you to Archaea. I can make some new states. I really should not, because I need the ability to set up some of my territories. But I could go ahead and declare war on Trebizond. You know what? I will. I will declare war on you, and then set up fabrications against Georgia. And when I can, I'm going to vassalize all of Georgia and basically weaken Quaraquanalu. And I need some sort of spy network. Okay, so right now we're making 8.44 ducats every single turn. Our Mauryan separatists should be decaying very soon. If we didn't actually do anything, I'm going to pause the game. Well, I guess we'll find out in just a moment. I wanted to look here. We basically would have had 6,000 troops arise, which it was nice that we were able to shut them out. I wonder what would happen. Let's move you out of the way. Pause the game. Yep, still 6,000. Curious to see what would happen if we had waited until the 1st of January. Wonder if it would have been 9,000 or 10,000 troops. But so far, we have made a lot of territorial gains. I'm very happy with where we stand. The castle here in Ankara can stay for the time being, and the castle here inside Diyarbakir can stay as well. We are fabricating a claim on Trebizond, and we are trying to fabricate some claims on Quaraqanalu. We have the sale of titles. My lord, one of your advisors has suggested selling off titles of nobility to anyone who can afford to pay. It can bring in lots of money and open a way for social advancement for the rich if we do. But if we would devalue the idea of nobility and perhaps upset the existing aristocratic families, should we do this? Gold is the sign of the nobility. We could gain a lot of money. It's not necessarily a lot of money because we're making so much as it is. Or we could gain some loyalty with the merchant guilds. Ooh. Or we could gain some very nice stability, but also tanking the estate loyalty. I absolutely want the stability, but this might affect the ability for my Coptic zealots to arise. Let's go with nobility cannot be bought. I also want to go ahead and decrease the autonomy, but we can't do that until we actually have a state. And then decreasing the autonomy, giving me 13 unrest. So now these Coptic zealots should revolt in the next 6.5 years. Okay, we now have 2 stability, so the more stability we have, the more unrest we get, which the reason why that's so great is because a lot of less unrest in a variety of these provinces. So Wallachia now has 3.3 unrest because we improved our stability. So as soon as we can, let's send these 14,000 up, try to knock out these separatists, bring them down from 50% to 0%. So that means they'll go from 13 years down to, like, I don't know, 30 years. Okay, we have improved relations with Naples. Once we get 30 spy network with Quaraqanalu, we are going to go ahead and try to claim some other territories. Most likely Mush. Enclave of Infidels, once again, we will leave them be, losing piety but also gaining some income, which is nice to see. Part of me would like to take Albania, but they are allied with Hungary, and I really don't want to lose the manpower. I'm also gearing up. I would like to get about 38,000 manpower before I actually declare my war on Quaraqanalu. Primarily because I do expect this to be a very bloody war. And I would like to take all of Georgia as a vassal of my own, but I realize that could be quite troublesome as well. Support independence. Ooh, that might be fun. While it has a truce with its overlord, when will this end? 1464, 12 years from now. Well, I expect to take them over much sooner than that. Fabricate a claim with Mush. We are gaining 353 manpower every single month. We are slowly taking out the Wallachian separatists. The Coptic separatists should arise sometime in the next 6.9 years. Yeah. Let's move you over to Achaia. These should drop very soon. Byzantium separatists in Athens. And the Wallachian separatists should fall very soon as well. Let's also, we could set up new states. I don't know if we really want to do that either. We really want to go ahead and get our temples unlocked to primarily begin to, get more taxation. Unfortunately, our commandant did pass away, but instead we now have the ability to get a grand captain, giving us land maintenance modifier reduction, changing our 8.22 down to about 7.2 ducats, most likely 7.31. Which, obviously will eventually pay for itself, losing 1.05, but, saving 0.7. Well, all right, we are going to go ahead and put a cut in here. As always, thank you so much for joining me. It really does mean a lot. As always, hope you all have an amazing day, and I will see you in our next adventure.